Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, man killed after hostage situation and allegedly pointing gun at the police. A man was shot dead after he reportedly held another hostage and later pointed a firearm at the police in Almond Town, Kingston, Tuesday night. The deceased man has been identified as 48-year-old Liebert Bailey, a construction worker from Rosemount Avenue in Kingston. Reports indicate that around 9:40 p.m., lawmen from the Kingston Central Police Division on mobile patrol in Almond Town received the information from police emergency that a man was seen with a gun along Liverpool Street. The team went to the location, and on their approach, a man ran from a premises along Liverpool Street and into a nearby gully with a firearm in his hand, the police said. The team pursued the suspect while requesting additional support from other lawmen. The suspect, police said, made his way from the gully to a premises on Hampton Street where he held a man hostage. The hostage managed to free himself from the suspect, who then fled to the front of the premises. The police tactically made their way to his location, where he reportedly pointed the firearm at them. The police said they took evasive action and fired at the suspect, resulting in him being shot. He was transported to the Kingston Public Hospital, where doctors pronounced him dead. Man to stand the trial in US $10,000 currency conversion scam. A man who faces multiple charges in connection with a US $10,000 currency conversion scam is scheduled to stand the trial on June 11. Raheem King will answer to charges of larceny by trick and the conspiracy to commit larceny by trick. King's bail was extended on Tuesday when he appeared before Senior Parish Judge Sanche Burrell in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court. According to the prosecution, the complainant went to a car dealership to convert over $1 million into US dollars. There he met a man currently being sought by police with whom he allegedly arranged a currency exchange. This man reportedly had a phone conversation about the exchange rate and subsequently gave the complainant King's contact details. The transaction allegedly took place, after which the man asked the complainant for a lift to Emancipation Park. Upon arrival, the man reportedly entered a white BMW A250, which was being driven by King. After the transaction, Your Honor, the gentleman asked me to drop him at Emancipation Park. I dropped him off and waited a little while because I wanted to ensure he was safe, still unaware that I had a bag full of $1 notes. The money had been switched, the complainant told the court. I reported the matter to the police when I realized that the money was counterfeit, she added. Judge Burrell questioned what evidence the prosecution had that directly linked King to the alleged fraud. For everything brought before any court, you must have proof, evidence, she stated to the investigating officer. In a criminal court, you must not only prove that the accused committed or participated in the act, but also provide solid evidence. Telling me the complainant spoke to someone on the phone doesn't prove who that person was. The complainant could have been speaking to anyone, even another con artist. Unless it was a video call showing the accused's face and voice, we can't verify the identity. The complainant insisted King was involved, stating he was the individual who collected the suspect at Emancipation Park. Nonetheless, Judge Burrell held that the Crown's case lacked sufficient proof to show King's participation in the fraud. She also criticized the nature of the transaction itself, remarking that such a large cash exchange should never have occurred in that manner. In a striking comment, she suggested the complainant should have also been charged. During the proceedings, a request was also made by Burrell for the release of King's vehicle, which had been seized by police as part of the ongoing investigation. 25-year-old businessman charged in $96 million bank fraud scheme. A 25-year-old businessman has been charged in connection with a sophisticated fraud scheme that defrauded a local commercial bank of over $600,000 or Jamaican $96 million. He is Sherwood and Hines, the operator of Original 24K Clothing Company Limited. According to a report from the Ministry of Finance, a joint operation involving 16 members from the Jamaica Constabulary Forces, Constabulary Financial Unit, and the Special Operations Unit of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch executed a search warrant at Hines' Old Harbor St. Catherine residence in the early hours of Monday, May 12, 2025. Investigators allege that between November 13 and December 28, 2022, Hines and his co-conspirators manipulated a point-of-sale terminal issued by the bank to conduct unauthorized offline transactions. By bypassing the bank's real-time authorization system, the scheme caused the bank to unknowingly advance funds to Hines' bank account, which was quickly depleted via withdrawals and transfers, the report said. The transactions were subsequently flagged as fraudulent by intermediary banks, resulting in chargebacks and losses to the local bank at approximately $618,856.29 or Jamaican $99,017,006.40. The ministry said that the point-of-sale device in question was issued by the bank for legitimate business purposes, specifically for processing customer debit and credit card payments while online. However, the accused and his accomplices intentionally placed the machine in offline mode to exploit the system and commit a fraud, it said. During Monday's operation, investigators seized 5 cell phones belonging to the suspect, his spouse, and his brother. 2 locked safes and cash totaling Jamaican $1,967,350 were also confiscated. Hines was arrested on reasonable suspicion of breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act and the Larceny Act. Following an interview conducted in the presence of his attorney, he was formally charged with simple larceny, conspiracy to defraud, possession of criminal property, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. He has since been granted bail in the amount of $400,000 with one surety and is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on June 10, 2025. Principal Director of Financial Crimes Investigations, Keith Darian, emphasized the significance of this operation, stating, "This case highlights the increasing complexity of financial crimes and the critical need for constant vigilance and interagency collaboration. Fraud not only undermines the financial system but also erodes the public trust. The Financial Investigations Division and our partners in law enforcement remain committed to uncovering and dismantling these schemes." Investigations remain ongoing. Mom says Donnelly tried to dodge Maitland during visit to house. Jurors in the trial of Police Constable Noel Maitland were on Wednesday told by Sophia Logg, who is the first witness to take the stand in the Home Circuit Court matter, that her daughter, Donnelly Donaldson, had requested that she tell Maitland she wasn't there when he popped up at her home one day shouting her name. Maitland is on trial for the July 2022 murder and the unlawful burial of Donaldson's corpse. During examination in chief, Prosecutor Claudette Thompson asked Logg if Maitland had ever entered her yard where she lived with Donaldson and her other children, and Logg shared that he did so only once. Over the roughly 3-year period, her daughter had been involved with him. "He came into my yard once. I heard Mr. Maitland shouting, 'Lee, Lee,' which was the name he gave to Donna. She got up from the couch in my room and she said, 'Mommy, I am not here. I am not here.' She went to the back room and I got up and pulled my bedroom door, which leads to the veranda. I saw Mr. Maitland pulling the grill to enter inside. I can't recall the time. I said to him, 'Do you have a warrant?' I asked him that because he was dressed in police clothes. He smiled and said, 'Mom, I know nothing, man.' Me a call her and she not answer. And me know say she dey here. He had a soft voice. His mood was very calm," she said. Even though she said Donaldson told her to tell Maitland that she was not there, she still came out of the house to talk to him. Then I came out and I left them and went back inside. I closed the door behind me. They were having conversation, but I did not hear, Log told the court. Thoughts of living without her daughter for roughly 3 years made Log break down and cry in court, and as she left the court building to the point where it appeared difficult for her to stand upright. In court, Log shared that the relationship she and Donaldson had was more like sisters and not merely mother and daughter. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.